welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to share with you guys my experience taking natural thyroid and what I was feeling like before taking thyroid and my life now that I am taking thyroid. So before we get into this topic, I just asked if you guys haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. My channel's newer. I'm trying to grow it, so I appreciate all of that support. And also, don't forget to sign up for my weekly email newsletter. In that letter, you will get all the updates on what's going on in my world that week, and you'll see all of the discount codes for the brands that I work with that unfortunately I can't mention and promote on here, and that's okay. So just go over the email list, get on there. That way you guys don't miss out on those discount codes, because those discount codes make a huge difference with those brands that I work with. So yeah, so let's get into this topic. I have been taking thyroid now for about 6 months, and the reason why I decided to start taking thyroid is because I noticed that I was showing symptoms of thyroid deficiency. So I want to kind of share with you guys a little bit more of the importance of having a healthy thyroid. And there are, I feel like everybody at this point, like women especially, with everything going on just in the environment alone, we're all deficient in thyroid at this point. Unfortunately, just with everything goes on with the way food's processed, the environment, all the toxins, and then hormones and birth control, it's going to throw off your thyroid. And thyroid for women, and thyroid for men is important too, but thyroid for women is like testosterone for men. It is very important as women that we have healthy, functioning, good thyroid, because that is what keeps us healthy. That's what keeps us going. If you go back and look at hundreds of years ago, after women would give childbirth, a lot of women died. And it's because they were thyroid deficient and their thyroids just stopped working. And it's very important to know that when you're going through hormonal changes, that is going to throw your thyroid off. And that's really something to keep in mind if you are going on birth control, switching birth controls, manipulating the hormones, having a baby, going through menopause, perimenopause, breastfeeding. These are all changes of hormonal changes, and the thyroid does get affected by it. So it's really important that you find a doctor who is really going to help you understand healthy functioning thyroid and making sure you're getting the right tests done. This is something that I experienced with my doctor previously. My levels were all coming back in normal range, but the normal range when you get level and blood work done is basically those numbers are created by the majority of the population. And at this point, I feel like it's very clear that the majority of the population isn't healthy. So it's really important to find a doctor who is going to treat for symptoms, not just numbers. And so that's something that you really want to make sure you find a doctor who's going to work with you on that. And also make sure that you're getting a full thyroid panel done, and not just your basic thyroid number that comes along with your basic yearly checkup, which is what I was doing. And it's interesting, when I got my numbers back from my doctor that I previously used a few years ago, those numbers actually came back within normal range. And I didn't do a full thyroid panel. It was just whatever the standard thyroid test that came with my yearly checkup. But looking at that number range when I got my levels back, the normal range I think it was a 24. We'll just say it was 24 to use it as an example. And I was at a 24. If I was at a 23, I would have been thyroid deficient, technically, with the numbers on that blood work panel. Now, I was experiencing thyroid deficiency symptoms. So my symptoms were, I was very, very tired. I didn't have a lot of energy. I was having a hard time getting fat off. I was constantly freezing. Like, I could be outside and it would be, 90 degrees and I would still complain that I was cold. So I was constantly cold and no energy. And I noticed around the 3 o'clock like time frame, I got extremely fatigued and tired. Like, I was to the point, like, I also felt like my brain wasn't functioning very clear at that point in the day, like to the point like I couldn't tell you like who my first client was a few hours prior. That was probably the biggest one for me, was just feeling like such low energy. So I finally found a doctor that would treat outside of numbers, and she would treat more for symptoms. And then we did a fuller, more intense scan of my thyroid and did a fuller panel. And she listened to me and she listened to my symptoms, and she then decided that, I wanted to go on thyroid medication, but I wanted to make sure I was taking a natural thyroid that is different from synthetic thyroid. You really don't want to do the synthetic thyroid. In my opinion, for me, was my choice. I didn't want to do synthetics. I didn't want to have any synthetic forms of medicine in my body. With that being said, because I was going through also birth control detox at this point, so I was getting all the synthetic hormones out of my body. I wanted to make sure I was taking a natural thyroid. So yeah, I have been now taking that for 6 months, and I would say like I felt a difference immediately after taking it. I have a lot more energy now. I don't complain about the 3 o'clock slump anymore. I feel like my brain is a lot sharper. I'm able to actually sleep a little bit better at night. I'm no longer constantly freezing. I'm from the South, so I just am more sensitive to the cold, but I am not constantly freezing and feeling like I have the shivers all the time. So that has been great. And then I will say the other big thing too is that like I feel like I can lose my fat a lot better when I am in my fat leaning out phases of my health and fitness routines. And I noticed a big difference of the fat coming off faster once my thyroid. The biggest thing too that I noticed was my hair. My hair was coming back in a lot better. I wasn't losing hair as much. One of the biggest indicators for a thyroid deficiency is noticing your hair shedding a lot. Prior to being a coach, I was a hairstylist, and anytime I had clients at the shampoo bowl and I'm shampooing their hair, I'm noticing a lot of hair coming out. I would always ask them like, hey, have you gotten your thyroid checked? I'm noticing you're having a lot of shedding. So that is also another key little indicator that you might be thyroid deficient if you are shedding your hair a lot more than normal. We do kind of go through phases where we do shed more throughout different times of the year, but if you're noticing a lot more than what you normally do, then especially when you're shampooing your hair, you need to go get it checked. I would say too, like the other big benefit is that it mentally gave me a lot more clarity. I would say hormonally it does help too, because I felt like because my brain was functioning better, my body was feeling better, I feel like hormonally I was more imbalanced, and that I was able to show up better and more truer and a more gentler version of myself. If I were to say one of the things I have noticed now that I am taking thyroid, and this probably isn't like a fair thing to say, is I notice I do get hot at night when I'm sleeping. So I feel like I am experiencing a little bit more of what you would say like hot flash, where I do get really hot at night while I'm sleeping. Now, that might not be fully from the thyroid. That could also probably mean I need to get my my estrogen, testosterone, progesterone checked, since coming off birth control and doing birth control detox, I do need to get those levels checked. So to be fair, I don't know necessarily if that's from the thyroid medication or if that's just another part of my hormones that I need to look more into. But that is just one of the things I noticed after taking the thyroid, is that I do get hotter at night while I'm sleeping. So it is kind of a hard varies to see the difference in that. But yeah, I do feel that taking the thyroid has been really beneficial and helpful for me. And it's something that I'm going to continue making sure I get my thyroid check, doing a full panel about on my thyroid, and making sure I'm doing that every 6 months. Especially too, like I still am new off of my birth control, so making sure I'm adding that into my every 6 months blood work panel with my doctor. So I'm actually due to get that panel done. So hopefully once I get that done and see what my numbers are, I will give you guys another update on what my next steps are to keep my thyroid healthy, functioning, and all of those good things. So yeah, I hope that you guys find this video helpful. If you are feeling like you're struggling and having similar symptoms with your thyroid, and you're not really sure how to go about asking your doctor what exactly to do, feel free to reach out to me on either Instagram or on my coaching website, and I can definitely help you with that. And if you guys are interested at all in personal training, I am taking a few new clients, and you can head over to my website and you can see all the different packages that I offer for clients. I base all of my fitness clients and nutrition clients with syncing with your cycle. So if you guys are interested in that, please go over and check that out. And again, please go and sign up for the weekly newsletter, because there's so many beneficial topics that I cover in that I'm not able to share with you guys on here. So if you're interested, please go and sign up for that. Also, check out that link too, so you get all of my discount codes for all the brands that I'm affiliated with. And you can also check out my Instagram. I have the link in my profile on my Instagram for all of my discount codes for the brands as well. So yeah, I hope that you guys are doing great, and I appreciate you guys tuning in and listening to me share my experience on thyroid. And I am so sorry for the barking dog if you guys can hear him. So yeah, I look forward to making more videos. If you guys also are comfortable with, please share in the comments your experience with your thyroid health and some of the things that you're doing to improve that. And also stay tuned, because I do have a private women's membership group that is a space for women to kind of come together and to help each other share their journey with their hormones and how to optimize their hormones and just live a better, healthier life, and to help inspire other like-minded women. So yeah, I appreciate you guys so much for watching and tuning in, and I will see you in the next video.